My name is Mathieu. I'm the director of the Gooseberry project and the Cosmos Landromat movie. And I wanted to make you a quick tutorial about the editing process we have on the movie, the new tools there is in Blender, the way I use it. I come from an editing background. I was trained to be an editor. I know Final Cut Pro X, Avid, Premiere a bit, but I usually used Avid and Final Cut. So that's my first real job with Blender as an editor. That was part of the challenge, and that's quite interesting to do. Because the editor is quite good actually. I like the UI in Blender in general, and it's very fast to use with the keyboards and shortcuts and stuff. So I want to show you things I discovered I didn't know about, things that we developed with the team here to improve it, and how to use it. So let's go for it. So I will try the Blender build that we have from the Gooseberry branch. So it's a specific branch. Ooh. What's this? I did something wrong, sorry. So there it is, I'll put it in full screen and I will start to edit. So I've shot a few things with Francesco for reference. Take a very simple, I took a very simple case, which is you shoot something with a camera, you put some lavalier microphone to the guy you're interviewing, so you have a separate audio files which should be cleaner than your in-camera. You have to synchronize them and edit them and insert on them, and well, standard editing things. So that will help us to go through the whole process of it. So here it is. I think I've made a bookmark somewhere. The important thing about this tutorial is that I assume you know basic Blender things, so like using it, basically, knowing where to grab, to use the shortcuts, so that you understand most of the thing I will do. I will explain what is not standard, but I will not go through every simple thing like you have to left click or right click or blah blah blah. So it's dedicated for people that want to use Blender as an editing software, that are editor and are curious about it, or for people that use Blender and want to use it also for editing and learn a few tips from me and from the team of the Gooseberry project and how we use it. So here we go. So first, let's try to take Francesco's interview, ITV, this one. Ooh, what a nice looking guy. And take the audio file that goes with it, this one, which is an MP3 I've recorded with the very tiny, tiny microphone he has just here. I don't know if we can see it better. Well, anyway. So the first thing you want to do in those cases is just synchronize those two audio files. So it's quite simple. And already there is a very good new feature I love. It's really recent. That goes into the sequencer itself. So you just have to go full screen, for example. So you see the whole timeline edit you have. There we go. So you can already see that the recorded sound from the microphone is not fitting the duration of the clip, which is logical because you always not start them exactly at the same moment and stuff. So you have to synchronize them. And for this, we can use the overdrop, which is a new feature. So it just basically puts an overdrop. You press V and you can adjust it to wherever you want in your timeline. So now I can always see what I'm doing as I edit, and I really like this UI since I don't necessarily like to be on multiple screens because I love to use tablet and not mouse, and it's always a pain to have two screens. You have weird aspect ratios on your tablet and stuff, so I prefer to have good UI stuff on one screen than multiple screens. So that's a very good thing. For me, working on a 13-inch MacBook Pro laptop, it's super great to have those kind of stuff, super convenient. So here we go. Now we just want to see the clap, because we did a clap. So I will hide this one.
So can you just do us a clap? Like, hello, Francesco, take one.
Oh, it's not in sync. So first thing you have to do with Blender, always check your at the right frame rate. That's good. I am 25 frames per second because we're in Europe, and I will also reduce this overall size of the movie because just to display it smaller, Blender will struggle less to go through a proper frame rate with it. And final thing, you want to tweak this to AV sync so that you have audio and video synchronized when you play back. It might drop frames, but still you can have a proper alignment from sound and image, which
recording. Okay, so can you just do
if you look,
like, hello, Francesco, take one.
Now it looks like a clap. So yeah, this is the small tweaks you can do first, and also what I also like as an editor is to have the scrubbing tool, so that you, when you scrub through the timeline, you hear something, which can be annoying on recording a tutorial, so I will disable it, but when I work I prefer to have it. So again, V adjusts since I changed the percentage of display of the image. I have to zoom it a bit. V, enter to validate, and now we're ready to go. So the clap is here, roughly. The better way to see it is to see the waveforms. Hello waveforms, go for it too. And already there's also a new feature, which is this. So you can either turn off all waveforms or activate them for every audio strip there is in your timeline, or if I just pick one of them and say, well, I don't want to see, where are they? This one, you can use the use strip option, which will just is the previous state of Blender where you had to manually click on every strip you want to see the waveform on. So that's a bit simpler to just go through this. So now we want to see all of them, so that's easier. I can guess that this is the clap from the lavalier microphone, so just align them. I also did this before, so I know it's the clap. So now they should be in sync, and the best way to see it is you, with H, hide the real sound from camera, Alt H to unhide the microphone, and as you can see the level is not matching, so you can like boost it just to see. So as you can hear, now you don't hear me anymore, but in camera you can hear only me, almost, because I'm just on top of the microphone. So now when Francesco talks,
hi, my name is Frank, and I love my job.
So his name is Francesco, but that's not the point of this, and he loves his job, that's true. So now we do have a sync, so that's good. And the good thing is that in most of editing software, you want to do this on a timeline or a collapsed footage, and you want this to be merged, basically. You won't be able to use this as one strip in your edits because, well, you have the sync, that's good. You don't want to mess with it again. You might want to replace the sound because you can go to Audacity, enhance it as you want, and replace it without having to go through all the cuts that you will make about this interview and having to resync every one of them. So that's kind of a pre-comp, like in After Effects. You want to be able to separate this. So it's not really possible in Blender as it is now, but there is a workaround that actually Campbell suggested, so I will show you. I've made a special UI for this, workspace for this. So I call this the video editing scenes, and you see the point is this scene where I sync Francesco's interview. I will call it sync interview. Sounds fair. Now I will instantly create a new scene, totally new, that I will call the editing, for example, which would be the movie, or you could call it the movie, or whatever you want. So I'll call it edit. You just adjust the length of the edit as you wish, something like this. We don't really care. And then, so now the new feature that Campbell added is that you can add a scene strip now. So there we go. I have to remove the overdrop. I have my scene just right here. So I can not see it yet because you have to activate this, the use sequence, so it won't use the strip, the scene strip as what's happening in the 3D part of Blender, but we'll use the sequence part of Blender. So since it's a new scene, you have to adjust your settings again. Yeah, that's a bit of pain, but that's how it goes. So that's why you should have a good standard on your preference at first, if you always work with 24 or 25 or 30, blah, blah, blah. And now I have a new scene with my Francesco synchronized.
Take one.
Yeah, since it's not a default in my workspace, I still have to be sure that it's in sync. So now we can edit, and what's good again is that if I do any change in this scene, it will reflect in every sub strip I've created. So let's go for it. We'll start with the proper moment with Francesco.
Hi, my name is Frank.
So actually it's not Frank.
And then you wait like
Oh.
that.
Ah, okay.